Yo guys, what's going on? Robert Warshack here, and I'm going to be going over the best Prince Renathal decks that we've seen thus far. It's been a couple days. I figured I'd wait a little bit to make the video just so we can see the bad decks kind of fade away and the good players play the good decks. So these are the best 3 Renathal decks so far. Granted, they're probably going to need to be refined even more, but these are the ones that are separating themselves from the pack. The first one being the Prince Renathal Control Curse Warlock, one of the first decks that we actually played day one. It just performs so good. You're able to put so much removal in the deck in the early game with healings, with Watch Post and Drag Blows and Full-Blown Evils and Mistress and Touch. There's just so much early game removal, a ton of middle game healing and removal. We even have room for 2 immolates, and you don't have to worry about tapping too early on because you have 40 life instead of 30. So you can kind of take that early game damage and not die on turn 5 or 6 anymore. You have that extra turn to be able to heal up and clear. And the immolate basically just, you win any other control mirror matchup. The curses beat the aggro and the mid-range matchups. And the super outvalue, like if you play against OTK decks, the immolates work out really well for that as well. We're able to put in Lord Draxus in this list, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, the Control Curse Warlock really standing out. A lot of people are playing it, and a hedge, if you decide you want to play this deck and you find yourself playing a lot against a lot of other Curse Warlock decks, you just put the quest in this deck. The other people's curses, when it damage you, actually helps you complete your quest faster, and then when you complete your quest, any curse that they give you actually just damages them. So if you find yourself playing against this deck a lot while playing this deck, just tech in the curse and you pretty much automatically win.
Oh, hi, dude. Do you want to remind the viewers that they need to subscribe and like and comment the video so I can get you cool toys like this one that squeaks and annoys the shit out of me? Oh, you want me to throw it? Okay.
The next deck is going to be probably the most popular and actually probably one of the best meta decks right now, and that's going to be the Lady Prestor 40 card Druid. And the consistency of this deck between the Cold Tooth Mines, having the Jerry Rigs, and then obviously a copy of Guff and Lady Prestor means every game you're getting. I've probably played 20 to 30 games of this deck, and I have yet to ever not have Lady Prestor on turn 6 or even earlier than that. Another new spicy inclusion in this deck is going to be the Starfish, because the dragons themselves are going to be like 1 mana 4/1s and 2 mana 2/3s. If you play the Starfish on the board with the dragons, it actually silences them and reverts them back to their original cost. So you can actually have 8/8 and 4/12 dragons even though you only paid 2 mana for them when you Starfish, which is kind of disgusting. A ton of people are playing this deck. The dragons are insane right now, and it's win con if the dragons aren't just enough. You're able to Kazaku-san very, very, very often because of how many cards are in the deck, how many minions you play. The chance of hitting that dragon are very, very high. So that's just another win con the deck can do on top of already having some insane dragons. And the last 40 card list is going to be another Druid. This one is actually just sprung up prior to the Masters Tour happening tomorrow. A lot of prominent players and pro players are actually bringing this one to the Masters Tour, and that's going to be the Celestial Alignment Druid. Again, having that extra life and having the extra cards allows you to put in more giant minions in the deck, more healing, more AoE with spammy Arcanus, and just overall more early game to survive. This deck revolves around playing the Celestial Alignment. You combo that with Lady Anacondria, and you basically make a giant board. You draw a shit ton of cards, you ramp a whole bunch, and then you follow up with playing, if that wasn't enough, because you also play the Dragon package in this deck. This deck was super popular for a while, lost traction when the more aggressive Demon Hunters and Beast Hunters started coming about because it would die too fast. But now with 40 health and the fact that it's able to hedge and add a little bit more stuff in here because of the 40 card inclusion, it just lives longer and it does what it wants to do very, very consistently, and a lot of the good players are playing this and doing very well with it. With that, if you have or seen any other 40 card lists that are doing really well, let me know in the comment section below, but these are the 3 that are sticking out the most right now. With that, so enjoy the decks, go out there and win games. I'll see you guys in the next video. Of course, I'm Robert Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.